Hello Rebels, how are we doing? I am matching my curtains again. Stripes on stripes on stripes. So we've got some neon leopard print, cheetah print to go with. So we'll see how we go. It's like my own personal camouflage in my filming space. All right, so I wanted to play with some of the new colors, some different ones today. And to do that, we need a face base. So we're going to use light tinted moisturizer. And I'm going to do what I did last video I was on as well, which is take my light tinted moisturizer and mix it with my foundation so that it's just one step instead of two. Mix it with the back of the brush. And this gives me like halfway between the two coverage wise. Make sure I get it all off the brush. Can't waste a drop. And I like to kind of focus it primarily on the center of my face because that's usually where the most coverage needs to be. Covers up all my redness, all that fun stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to do something fairly tame makeup wise today. I want to play with the new Golden Orchid Lip Sense color, which is a really pretty mildly peachy pink. It's definitely a pink, but it's mildly peachy in sort of tone. And it's got a beautiful gold shimmer to it. I'm adoring it in the tube, and I've done it on my hand, but I haven't tried it on yet. There's just been so many new products that I haven't got a chance to try it on my lips yet. But I am excited to give it a shot. See how crazy that coverage is when I just mix the two together? It also means one step instead of two. I'm getting messages come in. I will get back to you when I jump off my live. But in the meantime, that's pretty much my face base done. Amazing. One step sorted. But we are going to do what I keep forgetting to do when I'm on lives. I'm going to take some Candlelight, which is that skin tone colored shadow sense. Pop it on the lids. And then I was going to use a brush, but I can't find one. Quickly, just pat it in with my fingers. This acts as a base for my eye makeup to go on, blend into. Also acts as like an evener, a skin tone evener. And now I'm taking the excess down and under my eye because that peachy tone in the Candlelight helps to cancel out any more dark circles that might be peeking through my foundation. See how it's just a really flat tone? Looks a little bit crazy right now, but once you start adding depth and dimension with shadow, then the Candlelight acts as just an amazing base. It's like priming the canvas. If anyone has ever done any painting before, when you prime your canvas with like a white paint or whatever color you need to underneath, it just makes everything look smoother and more even when you when you get started. I know I look a little bit crazy right now, but let's add some brows. What are we going to use today? Let's use Rustic Brown today. So Rustic Brown's that, hang on, where's the Candlelight gone? Where did Candlelight go? It's here somewhere. There it is. I'll do some swatches on the back of my hand so you can see what I've used. So Candlelight's that one there. As you can see, it's a really beautiful sort of matte skin tone color. And then Rustic Brown is a very pigmented, even just that little swatch. I could probably use that to do my brows. Hang on. I'll just pick that product up, even out my swatch. I should jump on, say hey, so I know who's here, because I'm seeing the numbers jump up, but not seeing names today. All right, and as always, I always start in the arch of my brow and pull the color down and through to the tail from there. This means the majority of the color's in the tail end of the brow, which is where I want it. And I'm getting less color on the brush as I brush forward. Gives a more natural looking brow transition instead of just kind of a whole stamp of color. Hey Annie, thanks for tuning in. Hey Kathy. And these products are so super pigmented that I am literally still using the excess from what was on my hand to do the other brow. That's okay. You can call me Jessa. I'll answer to it. I don't feel comfortable answering to Jessie though, so that's weird. There's that. And interestingly, before I was born, my parents were going to call me Stacy. I don't know that I'm a Stacy. I know that they looked at me when I was born and were like, she's not a Stacy. So, like, no offense to Stacys, but apparently I'm not a Stacy. Marley, I saw your message come through. I will get back to you as soon as I jump off, my darling. Names are now starting to pop up. Thank you, Facebook, for catching up. So, eyebrows are done. That was with rustic brown. So this one here. Beautiful. What are we doing next? Oh, let's do some blush. Now, I am planning on using more peachy tones on my lips. So I was thinking I might use terracotta blush today, which is I'll do a swatch of that on my hand too. So you can see here, the terracotta is so perfectly named. It's terracotta toned. And I might take the excess that's on my finger, and that can be I'll go on my lids today too. But let's do a squirt of this, like a small drop, just giving it a shake so that it's, I said small drop, but I got a little bit more than I intended. That'll do. And we'll grab a blush brush if I can find one. Blush brush. There we go. We're just going to use a kabuki brush today. Pick that one up. Start adding that down the cheek. And I don't want to get tricked by using my camera as my mirror. So I do have a mirror down in front of me because this one doesn't seem to show up super well on camera, but it does in person. So got to make sure I'm looking at my mirror. Now I want to get them even. I feel like I've got more product on this side than this side. But you can see that's starting to add shape and dimension back into my face because the foundation tint and moisturizer blend gives me a really nice sort of flat base, which is awesome. That's what you want coverage wise, but don't want to be just like a shapeless light colored moon face. So I add the blush back in to give me a little bit more shape and dimension. Now actually I'm going to use a little bit more of that terracotta. I've had this tube since I started, what, 2.5 years ago, and I think it's just starting to run low now. Then let's see if we can find a clean brush. I really need to wash my brushes. That one looks relatively clean. I'm going to use the fluffy end. I love these brushes because they're double-ended. Flat end on one side, fluffy end on the other. And I'm just going to take that terracotta, so the same color I used on my cheeks. Just working that into the crease. Heading into my friend's house for dinner tonight. I've got to do a stop off at a few places to get dog food and check my mail. All the fun stuff, but nothing too fancy, so I'm not going to go too over the top with my makeup. See how that terracotta has just tied all of that peachiness together. It's also picking up a little bit the peachy tone of my hair. So we're relatively monochromatic right now, and we might even stick with that monochromatic tone with the rest of the look. The lip color I'm planning on using is pink, but it's a peachy pink, so I think it'll all work together. What else do we want to do? All right, let's take some shiny. Let's do something shiny. I love shiny. Okay, if I show you this one, only one of you is allowed to love it because I only have one left and it's sold out and it was limited edition. This one is called Shell Glitter. It's another shadow sense and it's the prettiest thing ever, and I hope that they bring it back. Can you see that highlight there? And it ties in with that peachy pink oranges tone that we're going for with this look. So no, don't all of you fall in love with it because I only have one. I'm just going to take it directly from the wand and focusing on the inner corner of the eye. Come a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Just working it along the lash line, along the base of my lid essentially. It's going to keep everything looking super shiny and fun. I also like to kind of because it's a highlighter, include it on that inner corner there to just add a little bit more shimmer and shine. And then I'm just using my fingers to pat that into the terracotta. So it's kind of a seamless transition. What do we think so far? Super sort of neutral and fairly gentle look wise. And then I might take my black brown pencil to just add a little bit. And so these are the new pencils. They're kind of like a wind up kind of crayon nearly. And I love them because they're super blendable when they're first applied. Let's try and find a brush. Might use that same brush we use for the terracotta. So I tend to use it as a way to create a subtle smokiness. So I add it to a scribble of it to the outer corner. Then I buff it in just to create more darkness and sort of depth in that outer corner. Like so. Sort of compare this eye to that eye. It just adds like a tiny bit more dimension to the eye. And then once the pencil is set, it doesn't move. It's amazing. Like all of our products, they're amazing. They don't move. That's just added that little bit more depth to what was like a very, very light look. And I'll do the same thing in the outer corner on the underside. I'm buffing that in as well. And then I kind of buff and bring any excess up and into that crease area. But see how I just kind of like scribble it? Not too worried about how evenly it's going on. Because I'm buffing it out and smoking it out, essentially. And I think aside from mascara, that'll be my eyes done. So let's put some primer on. There we go. I'm putting some of my mascara 3-in-1 primer on. It 3-in-1 because it primes the lashes, so it makes them, it's like an undercoat that helps your mascara to look even longer and thicker. It also nourishes the lashes and contains the lash growth serum. So it's going to grow your lashes over the course of time as well. I think it was up to like 40-something% over the course of 4 to 8 weeks. I think there's a few girls on here that are using it. So if you are using this mascara and you're still on, make sure that you kind of testify to that lash kind of growth amazingness. Now I'm going to let that dry for a second. And then let's use some of that shell glitter again. So this same color, that beautiful highlight there, I'm just going to use it as my highlight for today. So pick some up on my finger like so. And I'm going to just dab it together. I've got a little bit on each finger. See how shiny that is? I'm just going to tap it on my cheek. And I'm hoping, can you see that beautiful hint of shine? A little bit on the tip of the nose, a little bit on the tip of the lip. Just anywhere you would highlight. Just taking the excess and doing it that way. Looking really funny with the mascara at the moment. So I'm going to I'm going to use our regular mascara because our regular mascara is humidity proof but not waterproof. And I know that I'm only going to be wearing this makeup for a few hours, so I don't want something I have to argue with to take off as much as our waterproof, which is essentially bomb proof. It comes off with our mascara, with our makeup removers, but you know, just requires a little bit more effort than I have interest in doing. So I'm using our regular mascara in black brown. Both the regular and the waterproof have the lash growth ingredients in them. Does everyone pull funny faces when you're doing mascara? I am impressed with how I can actually talk now while I'm doing mascara. I never used to. It used to be like this dead space during a video where I was like, can't talk, concentrating. And he says, I've been using the one that they brought out before the new ones. I loved our old mascara, but this one is going to actually knock your socks off, girlfriend. The old mascara was my favorite mascara until they brought this one out. So if you're still using up your old one, that's totes cool. But once you have finished up that tube, I would 100% recommend transitioning to the new one, because it's gonna blow your mind. And I love that I can add like 50 gazillion coats and it doesn't end up clumping all of my lashes together. Like so. Love, love, love. Alright, but we are going to stick to just the 2 coats for today because I don't need tons of makeup on. Alright, let's take some deep color correcting tinted moisturizer. Just taking the tiniest sort of little half dot of it. Find my contour brush. My contour brush is my flat kabuki brush. So it's like a kabuki brush in that it's dense, like a kabuki brush, but it's flat. So I love using the kabuki brush for the density, but I like the flatness of this one because it means that I can get my contour in. So I always start my contour up kind of towards the top of my ear and angle it down towards my lip. And start buffing that in. I want to just add this product on the other side. Not that it matters because my hair's in the road today. Then I just start to kind of work that in circles. And because it's the color correcting tinted moisturizer that I'm using, it buffs so beautifully into the base of my the base that I have, my foundation color correcting tinted moisturizer blend, because they're the same product. See how that just amps up my cheekbones? Love, love, love. And then I might take a tiny bit more, same brush, and then I'm just going to carve out my jawline to give that a little bit more definition too. I'm essentially adding shadow where there isn't one, or where I want to amp up the shadow. Alrighty, and then I'll take whatever's left on the brush and hit my forehead. It helps to just warm up that and kind of bring my forehead down slightly. If you have a short forehead, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but if you have a long forehead, this is a really great trick to give the illusion of your forehead being smaller. If there's anything left on the brush, you can kind of do a soft nose contour as well. I don't tend to contour my nose very much because I am lazy. All right, and then I think we're up to lips. This is a really fast one today. I'm using a lot of the same products in a lot of different ways, which means that A, it's cost effective if you wanted to recreate it, and B, it's super fast because I don't have to hunt around for 50 different products. I'm going to just take a cloth to clean my lips down, and then let me show you what we're putting on today. So I'm using part of the Glitz and Glam collection, which is the new limited edition collection. I'm going to be using Golden Orchid today. Isn't it stunning? And I just can't get over the new packaging either. So for those that might not know what the old Lip Sense packets look like, tubes, sorry, not packets, that's the traditional Lip Sense packaging. And that's what's still going to be coming out for a little while as they slowly transition. All of the limited edition colors will come in this new packaging, and then they will slowly transition the old packaging out. But isn't it divine? And the new limited edition glosses are also coming in that same new packaging. The difference being, way to tell the difference when you start to get a collection of them, gold is the Lip Sense tube, blue is the lip gloss, okay? Hot tip for you today. So lips are clean and dry. Let's do a swatch of this color actually so that we can see. Oh my goodness, swatching it right next to the shell glitter. It's like the shell glitter of lip color. Look at that. Can you see those beautiful gold flecks in there? Oh, it's going to be divine on. As always with Lip Sense, you're going to do it in 3 thin layers. not going backwards and forth whilst you apply them. Just 3 thin coats, and then you're going to seal it with gloss. And I'm going to use one of our fun limited edition glosses today too, because I've heard that this and that gloss are a match made in heaven. So I'm excited to try it. I'm not normally one to wear light colours. But this is super pretty. Can you see that shimmer already? And as I put the next 2 layers on, it will just build and build and build. I really hope the camera is picking up how shimmery this is. It is like, it's a gold sheen that just, oh, look. So pretty. Final layer. So if you love Cappuccino or Kiss Me Katie or even Heartbreaker, this one is going to be your jam. Okay, 3 layers is done. Look at that, so pretty. And then instead of sealing it with regular gloss, we're going to seal it with Papaya, which is my new favorite gloss. I don't need to shake it, it's a gloss. Let me show you. So look at it in the tube. Papaya is a beautiful, like, neon orange in the tube. It's not quite that bright when you apply it, but there's a swatch of it. And as you sort of start to rub it together, it's not quite as intense as that, but it adds a beautiful peachy tone to it. So that's the Papaya gloss. So Golden Orchid on my lips right now. I think she's dry. And then we're going to add Papaya over the top. Look at that gold fleck. So pretty. And see how, so I've only put Papaya on my bottom lip. Papaya has just amped up that peachy tone to it. Love, love, love. What do we think? I'm really into this, not gonna lie. So I hope that you guys are too. So nice. Oh my goodness. And that the Papaya has just amped up the peachiness of the lip without disguising any of the gold fleck to it. Oh, so pretty. Love, love, love. All right, so quickly recapping, it was a super fast face today. We did, over this side, we did Candlelight as a base for everything. Oh, we mixed together light tinted moisturizer and dewy foundation for the base. Then we went in with Candlelight just to like prime my lids and make everything go smooth and even. Eyebrows were rustic brown. Then we used the terracotta blush on my cheeks and on my lids. Shell glitter was the overall sort of shimmery stuff that's gone on, and my highlight. Hopefully you can see that if I get the right angle. We also used deep color correcting tinted moisturizer as my contour. I've used it on the forehead, cheeks, on the chin. Oh, I forgot to do a scribble of the pencil. We also used the black brown pencil smudged in, primer, eyelash primer, then black brown regular mascara, and then the lips. We just used the Golden Orchid Lip Sense, the limited edition one, and then Papaya, which is also limited edition. So a lot of what I've got on is limited edition. If you love it, let me know. Get you some before it sells out, and especially with the shell glitter, because I only have one left and it is sold out company-wide. So if anyone needs shell glitter, message me ASAP. All right, that's me done. I'm gonna roll because I still have to get to our local post office before it closes. Luckily, it's like a country post office, so it's also the fish and chip shop, which means it doesn't close at 5 because I have parcels to pick up. I can't even remember what I ordered, but there's parcels there. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night, Rebels. Bye!